Hello everyone, welcome back to SDH-HV Bercerita, brought to you by Sekolahdian Harapan, Holland Village. My name is Edward and I'm going to read about the book about Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne, chapters 7 till 8. Chapter 7. Phileas Fogg, Passepartout, and Sir Francis have an adventure. Nestled up to their necks in the howdahs, Sir Francis and Phileas were tossed about by the elephant as she ran through the forest. Ally had told them that they could save a lot of time by taking a shortcut, and so there they were. But it was more rougher than normal road, and Passepartout bounced around on the elephant's back, and it may have hurt. But Passepartout was enjoying himself. He felt like a clown on a vault. The men rode through thick forest and then through dry fields. They saw some animals, mainly monkeys, that Passepartout quite liked. The passengers were a bit scared of traveling through this rough territory on the way Allahabad. Sorry for the mispronunciation. They knew there were gangs of bandits who ruled the lands there and no one wanted any trouble. Although he loved being atop an elephant, Passepartout wondered what the monsieur was going to do with Keone once they arrived at Allahabad. He thought about this for a long while as they moved swiftly along. By that evening, the man had gone half the distance to the other railway station, and it was a cold night. They stopped at a run-down hut, where their guide lit a nice warm fire. Keone slept outside, leaning up against a large tree. Soon, the snores of the travelers floated through the air. By 6 o'clock the next morning, they were on the way again. Ally wanted to get them to the railway station that evening. This meant that Phileas would only lose a small bit of the time he had gained since starting his trip. With only 12 miles to go, the men stopped under a banana tree and had a snack. After the break, Ally led Keone back into the forest, and they had avoided all signs of the bandits so far, and he wanted to keep it that way. Suddenly, Keone stopped. "What's the matter?" Sir Francis asked. He stuck his head out of his howdah, and the man heard loud voices coming through the woods. "Quickly," Ally said. "We must hide." He led Keone off the trail so the people who were coming wouldn't see them. The clanging of instruments and loud voices crept closer and closer. A group of men dressed in costumes pulled a cart with an ugly statue on it. Sir Francis whispered, "Do you think they've seen us?" Ally made a motion with his hand for him to be quiet. Some of the men danced around the statue. Many of them were wearing long robes. Another group pulled a woman behind them, and she fell down with almost every step she took. She was young, pretty, and wore gems on her feet and hands, neck, arms, and legs. The guards who followed her, giant sabers and very sharp swords. "I think they mean to harm that poor girl," Sir Francis whispered. "I think you're right," Phileas said. "She must be a princess. Look at the way she is dressed. I have 12 hours to spare. We must save her." "Agreed," Sir Francis said. "Agreed," Passepartout added. "If they catch you, they will surely torture you," Ally said. "But you have me help as well." The girl they have captured is the daughter of a wealthy merchant in Bombay. Her name is Oda. She is very famous, and that makes sense. They must have captured her for the ransom her family would pay to get her back, Phileas said. "Let's think of a plan. It might be best to wait for the cover of darkness." Everyone nodded. "We should move our camp closer to them. That way we can see what they're doing," Sir Francis added. They tied up Keone and made their way closer to the camp. A large fire burned and they heard a great commotion. The man planned to cut open the wall of the hut where the girl was being kept and steal her away. They waited until it was dark and the guards had fallen asleep. Then Passepartout and Ally slipped away and started breaking down the wall. Phileas and Sir Francis watched from behind a nearby tree. "Oh no," Phileas whispered. "The guard has woken up. We've got to do something before he finds Passepartout." The two men slowly snuck up behind the guard and hit him on the head. They didn't want to hurt him too badly. They just wanted to make sure he stayed asleep Sir Francis and Phyllis joined Passepartout and Ally digging away at the wall. Finally, they were through. The poor girl lay on a bed. She looked half dead. Passepartout carefully picked her up. "And hurry," Phyllis said. "We've got to get out here right away." The men crept through the small hole in the wall and quickly ran back to Cuny, but they had been seen. The bandits chased them through the woods. Arrows whizzed by their heads. Ally ran ahead as fast as he could. He would need to help everyone onto the elephant, and they climbed on and they raced away with Cuny thundering through the forest. "We did it!" Sir Francis shouted. "We did it! Well done, everyone, well done." Phyllis safely tucked Oda away in one of the howdahs. She was still sleeping soundly. She hadn't even woke up once. Then he joined Passepartout on top of the elephant, while Sir Francis took the other howdah. That's it for chapter 7. Now chapter 8. The trip down the Ganges. The party made rapid progress towards Allahabad. They moved so quickly, in fact, that they reached the train station by mid-morning. Once they arrived in Allahabad, Phyllis asked Passepartout to run some errands. Passepartout was happy to do so. Besides, he was eager to explore the city. By the time Passepartout returned, it was time to say goodbye to Ally. Phyllis paid him and said, "Ally, you have been such a great help to us. Would you like to keep Cuny?" "Sir, are you sure? She is worth a fortune," Ally replied. "That is so kind of you. I can't believe it." "It is a well-deserved gift," Phyllis said. Passepartout said, "Oh, I am so glad you are going to take her, Ally. Cuny will be a brave and faithful friend." He patted the elephant's trunk. Cuny, in turn, picked up Passepartout and lifted him high into the air. The butler laughed and patted the elephant on the head. Cuny gently placed him back down on the ground. A whistle blew. It was time to board the train. Sir Francis carried Oda and carefully sat her down in the cabin. Soon they were speeding along towards Benares. A few hours later, Oda woke up. She was startled and scared, and she was also surprised to be on a speeding train and not trapped in a hut with bandits all around. "Where am I?" she asked. "You are safe now, dear girl," Phyllis replied. "We have saved you from those awful men and are taking you to Benares with us. My name is Phyllis Fogg. This is Butler, Passepartout, and our friend, Sir Francis." She thanked them all for their help in saving her life and said she would never be able to repay them for everything they have done. "Nonsense, it was our pleasure," Phyllis said. "My family has all been killed by the bandits. They would have killed me too, if you hadn't saved me. That means your life will always be in danger if you stay here. Would you like us to take you to Hong Kong? That is where we are headed next." "That will be appreciated," Oda said quietly. "Thank you again for all your kindness." When the train reached Benares, the traveler said goodbye to Sir Francis. He wished them all the success and said that he hoped to see them again soon. That's it for chapter 7 and 8. Thank you.